of the trial to the next elected government? What would you say? Why is this interim government going to deal with it?
I didn't decide it. We are given this task by the people who invited us to take the responsibility, 3 tasks. And we accepted those 3 tasks, and we are just going through that.
Let me just ask you one other thing on this particular period. I'm looking over at some of the media, but there have been a lot of reports of a clampdown on media in Bangladesh over this period. What is your response to?
It's false. It's not true.
Not true.
They never had so much freedom in their life. They can say anything they want.
Yeah, we may hear some of that later.
I know.
Yeah. Let me come on to other questions about the economy, which is the role of anyone who takes on a job as you have done, and suddenly dealing with the economy of your country at a particularly difficult time. What has been the impact of the upheaval in tariffs that the world is going through?
Well, this is a very tough job for us. While the world is going through all these problems, we are going through another set of problems. We are at the 0 level of our economy, or a negative level of our economy. Not only 0. 0 is still, you have positive thing that you can move. We have huge bills to pay, because all the mega projects previous government took, so that they can make lots of money out of that, cut from those things. Now they are maturing to be paid. We don't have any money. All the resources from the banks, from the other sources, non-banking sources. In total, we estimate, given to our white paper, $234 billion taken away from the country, and documented in which way, and so on and so forth. So that's where we are. Resources gone. We start from obligations to payment. It's a negative. Our foreign exchange reserve at the bottom, because it's empty. Banking system collapsed completely, because banking system is very easy to transfer the money, very simple procedure. Under threat, the whole board resigns. You put a new board of your choice and start issuing loans to your friends, with the understanding this is a gift you get. You never have to pay back. There's no collateral, nothing. So this is the banking system we inherited. So we have to restore the banking system in some way. We have to make payments for all those people who are knocking at the door with the big checks, big bills that we have to pay. Otherwise we're going to the court, which is not good for us. So we have to, in that crisis moment, the best thing that happened to us, the overseas Bangladeshis, many of them are here, in London, in England, and so on, and Middle East. They kept sending remittances, a huge amount of remittances, and that saved us. The economy was saved with them, and that remittances keep growing. Today, our balance of payment situation is completely changed.
As you said, that has been a real transformation. The IMF, though, is having a lot of meetings with Bangladesh, and it is quite clear on this, it doesn't want Bangladesh to wait for the next government, it wants the interim government to deal with these sort of things right now. One of the things it wants is that you find a way to increase the rate at which people pay tax, that more people pay tax, that you can collect it better. Is that something you think is within the powers of an interim government?
The first thing I must mention in this, amazing response we get from all the governments of the world. Enormous support. They feel so relieved that finally this thing happened. Now we can have a government we can talk to and we can work with. And they said, any support you need, please tell us. We'll be very eager to do that. So that gave us a moral boost, that we are not abandoned. Government of United Kingdom, Great Britain is one of those countries. We are very grateful to them. Like European Union, United States, Japan, China, you name it. Every single government came with the enormous amount of support. And that gave us a moral boost that yes, we are not abandoned, we are not alone, they will be helpful. And they were really helpful. You mentioned IMF. Yes, IMF also helpful, World Bank is helpful, all the international
Not everyone uses those adjectives, so
I'm telling you, it's a very concrete thing.
Yes.
The one that IMF came into the picture because the last debate that we had for the final release of the fund, the IMF was controlling and they agreed to give us, that you have to open your foreign exchange rate. It should be left to the market. We are worried about it because so far we are controlling it so that we don't kind of expose ourselves in the drain of all the foreign exchange gone because of the system. So opening this to the market is a really a big decision for us, which we debated and met. IMF said, no, nothing doing. Unless you do that, we are not releasing our funds. We tried to convince them and explain the danger of it and so on. They said, no, we understand. But we studied, I think you can handle it. So we started saying, are we able to handle this? Let's open it up. Finally say, if they see some positive thing, why aren't we seeing it? So I challenged them. They finally agreed that let's do that. And tell them again, can you note, in case we get into difficulty, we'll revert. This is just to protect ourselves. IMF says, okay, go ahead. We opened it, nothing happened. Same exchange rate is just a little bit, it's normal. It's working. So we are celebrating that finally we see the strength in the economy and so on. So IMF role is very positive. It's not a negative one. It's not trying to push us into trouble because of there's some principle they're holding on to. It's not like that. We were not willing to jump into the water. They said, come on, you do it. You can make it. And finally we made it. That's it. So we are thankful to IMF.
Okay. Let me ask you about relations with India and China, which seem to me to be somewhat in flux. Sheikh Hasina's government was very close in a way to India. Now she's there. Relations with India perhaps a bit less a bit cooler between your team and Delhi now. Perhaps a little bit warmer on China now. What is your account of this and what you are trying to do in foreign policy now?
We are reaching out to everybody. As I said, all the governments of the world have been extremely supportive. So we are very thankful. We are trying to build up further relationship. We are asking for the help that never gave before. They were not existing before. So we said, let's do that. One of the things we are saying, corruption. Bangladesh is just deep into corruption. Everything is, system is corrupt, people are corrupt. So how to clean it up? What kind of changes we have to make the government clean with enormous corruption? So we say if there is a formula, there is a policy, there is a way to do that. So I mentioned something, that the conversation I had in September at the United Nations General Assembly. I was meeting all the world leaders to explain to them what's the situation in Bangladesh. So I was meeting Ursula von der Leyen at the European Union. So among many issues discussed, I said finally about the corruption. I don't know how to get out of this. Is there any way, is there any recommendations you make that we can follow? So she gave a big smile. She said, you know what? We are coming from worse than that. The European Union coming from the worst of the corruption that we are facing. So yes, many of our countries were trying to join European Union. We're just all over corrupt. Everything. You never heard of those kind of corruptions in your life. They had it. So we have to install a system of cleansing them up, cleaning it up, washing them off, so that they can be clean as everybody else and join. Once they're clean, then we take. So we learned everything how to make it happen.
So how? Because some of the pressure was put on those countries, and not with perfect effect, but it was put on those countries because they so much wanted to join the European Union.
Right.
So what is the pressure on Bangladesh politics and society to clean up?
It is a historical moment for us. If we can't do it now, we'll never do it. So we made us sure that this is the time. The history has given us a window. We can do things which no government can do. Because all governments are partisan, have far supporters to take. We have nothing to do with that. We have nobody that will be waiting for getting his vote for me to come back again. We are going. That's very clear. So we have the moral strength
As the interim government.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Interim government is a historical opportunity. It's an amazing opportunity.
How in the short year, the 9-10 months that you've got, how are you going? And I'm interested. Chatham House has done a lot of work on corruption. Our most recent big project you are trying to do.
Oh, just want to give example. One example.
Yep.
You need a passport. You have to go to the passport office, apply, and somebody will show up. You apply for a passport. If you go this way, it will take years. You'll never get it. You make a deal with me, give me X amount of money. I'll deliver it at your home. The guy is a representative of the officer who issues the passport. So everything that you see outside, all the norms, rules, procedures, now implemented not by the government officials, by their representatives who split the money that they earn. So what we
সময় ও খরচ দুটোই বাঁচান বার্জার 1 কোটি মালশন 1 কোটে পারফেকশন
they go there to get this or try it at home. It doesn't work. What happened? Server is down. Somebody's manipulating.
It's really interesting. I mean, several countries are finding a way to use technology to
Exactly.
cut out the
Technology
person
came
behind
as
the desk.
Very helpful. Doesn't work. What happened? Servers started creating some kiosks. Government Service Center. Oh, we don't say government. Bangladesh Service Center. Young guy with a computer sitting there, boy, girl, been trained to give all the services. This is all, we made all these months, we are preparing all the ministries, every service you got, whether you're paying taxes, or you're issuing driver's license, or you're issuing your renewal of your passport, whatever, or your land tax, which is absolutely complicated. They can make as complicated as they could. Absolutely complicated. They can make as complicated as they could. Said now everything has to be delivered online. So we trained these young people, just started last month, this kiosk. And you come, there's a price list. If your passport, so many days, this month. It's so many days, and we deliver home. Not all, you give your message, you come and pick it up. That's it. So we have 3 centers now. Within next month, we'll expand to several more. Gradually add to several more. And we are challenging every ministry. How many services you are ready to provide online? They said, we have 5, we have 10, we have 15. Okay, whatever you give it to them. Train them, train them. If they have difficulty, we'll have a meeting together. Why you are having difficulty? Maybe technological will solve that problem. It's our job. I said, the task of the interim government, by the time they leave the government, all these services will be available to people, and all the ladies at home in the villages, women, housewives, they will be delivering these services. We'll train them, they will deliver it. They don't have to come to the city to do that. Wherever you are, you have the computer, you have the everything.
Or the phone, yeah.
So this is the journey that we want to complete.
All right. So thank you for that detail, which is very inspiring. I want to jump to a vision of something much more difficult, which is the Rohingya. Hundreds of thousands of them in the camps. What is going to happen?
Well, that's the question I raised as we came to the responsibility. Rohingya is mentioned. Only time they mention who is paying for their food, who is paying for their education of the kids, that's about it. I said, then what? No question. Nobody's answering that question. There are international organizations helping this. I said, the question must be answered when they're going to go back. What is their future? That question was never discussed. I said, I want to discuss that. I want to raise that. So we went there.
Community. I'm Councillor Saifuddin Khalid. I'm also a practicing barrister, British Bangladeshi practicing barrister in London. I have 2 questions for you. How confident are you?
Could you possibly have just one?
It's very quick 2 questions. I'm not going to make a statement. How confident are you that the political and democratic organs will be well equipped to hold a general election, a credible election with level playing field by April 2026?
We'll try our best.
And secondly, British Bangladeshi community would like to have a meeting with you. Do you have a plan to meet British Bangladeshi community who are eagerly waiting to meet and have view exchange with you? Thank you, Chief Advisor.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting. I wish we could, but our program makes such a packed program. We're rushing from one to the other. Thank you so much, but definitely we'll try to keep in touch. Thank you.
We can take this
Very kind of you.
as part of the meeting. I'm going to the woman in a white shirt there. Sorry, I can't quite see. Yes. Thank you.
Hello.
Professor, my name is Dr. Zoe Mandage, and I'm very, very interested in Bangladesh, and especially the young generation, the generation which stood up for justice. And this is a role model for all of us. My question is that with the new technology such as AI, what can be done? What is in your policies and support you're giving to that 10 million student who rose in terms of, having a hope for future, getting a foot place in the market, in the global market for future and for jobs? And there are obviously countries around you that are running special AI programs. Is there anything that we can do to help and support the students especially? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your offer. It's a very important offer. We want to be supportive of the young people as much as we can. And I try to bring to the notice of the world and notice of people in Bangladesh. Bangladesh is a very unique country. It's the 8th most populous country in the world. Don't forget that. It's a huge number of people in that country, 180 million people, in a very tiny space. The most important part of that is not about the density of the population, is about the age of the population. Half the population of that 180 million, 90 million people, is under the age of 26 and younger. So this is a unique feature of Bangladesh, where many countries getting older and older, they don't have people to work in these countries. Bangladesh is getting younger and younger, and young population everywhere, and very talented young people, not just young people, very talented, very creative young people. I get goosebumps when I think about this. This is more than gold mine. You can do anything in the world with this young population, only if we can run our country right. Because this is needed not for Bangladesh, it's needed for the whole world. I was recently visiting Japan. Amazing thing, request they're making. Please send your young people to Japan. We want to take as many as you can send. So we signed 2 agreements in this trip to send 100,000 young people to go and work in Japan. And I said, please keep these doors open so that we can continue to bring young people from Bangladesh, boys and girls, not just boys, boys and girls, to come to Japan and do everything that you need to do, because you don't have any population to run your factory, run your businesses, run your buses. Their buses are stopped. They have no driver. Their taxis don't function. There's no driver. Your businesses shut down because there's no people who run the business. Their agriculture stopped, abandoned, because nobody's there. Their machines are there, farmhouses there, land is there, no people. I said, okay, we will be very happy to help you, to send our young people. They said, only thing you need to do, teach them how to speak Japanese. I said, we'll do that. We'll do that.
So
we are a very lucky country. That's what we say. We're a very lucky country to be so resourceful with human beings.
Great. No, can I? I'm sorry. I'm going to come here to the front row. There's a storm of people with things to say.
Thank you. Give me a chance. Assalamu alaikum. Dr. Mohammad Yunus. First time I met with him in France when Agrabin Czech fair. Second time in 2099 when Bangladesh problem is arsenic. Yes. This time Dr. Yunus held one meeting in Paris. This time I was there. Third time I met with him in Spain.
This is a wonderful history, but please could you get to the question?
Thank you. Today I am for the foreign Bangladeshi people also. We have to give a right for vote. This is my.
That's right.
Thank you. Bye.
That's our promise. We'll do that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm going to take the woman in the second row here. Yep.
Thank you. My name is Halima.
Give a right for vote. This is my.
That's right.
Thank you. Bye.
That's our promise. We'll do that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm going to take the woman in the second row here. Yep.
Thank you. My name is Halima Begum. I represent Oxfam, but mostly I'm here representing my mother, who cannot be here today, and it's an honor to be in this space with you today, Chief Advisor. My question is...
Please give my salam to her.
Thank you very much. She will be so pleased. The question really I have is how much security can you offer to the protection of women's rights and gender? Because often when we see challenges around democracy, it's women who are then exposed. And as we know, the rollback of gender is quite a significant concern at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There are not so many women in this audience here today, so thank you for the question.
Very bold recommendations. Women are outspoken. There are many members in our cabinet represent them, women cabinet members. So the status-wise, we are doing the best possible way. We are not perfect. Definitely Bangladesh has lots of difficulties in getting all the rights established in an open and fair way. But government is committed to establish them. That's all we can assure you. Thank you.
Thank you. And the woman here in green on the aisle. No, sorry. I'm so sorry. It was a very good beginning. Let me see if we can get you in. Let me see if we can get you in as well. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's working.
It's on.
Your Excellency, welcome to London. My name is Zamira Kanapyanova. I work for Chevron. So we are one of your largest investors. We've been partnering with your country for over 30 years. My question is, what actions your government is taking to attract foreign direct investments into Bangladesh and specifically into the energy sector? Thank you.
We are very, very active on that. We have been holding summits of investors, and Chevron is a participant on that. We're inviting many other companies to come and invest. And we are promising them something very important, that you don't have to come and invest here just to sell your things to Bangladesh. Bangladesh is offering itself to be the production hub for the world, not just for Bangladesh. So we provide young people that are ready to work for you, and we provide all other facilities so that you can plug and play situation. You bring your factory, produce it, and sell it to the world. In return, also, we are promising that we will build our port facilities in a world-class way, so that you don't have any difficulty in bringing things to Bangladesh and sending out your products that you have produced here. So that's how we are bringing the investors, not only for Bangladesh. We also keep reminding them, you have a big market right here, not just Bangladesh. You can produce to Bangladesh. We have all the communication things we'll fix it up to deliver it to Nepal. Nepal is a country that cannot access to the ocean, so we will give you the access to the ocean, and you produce it, bring things to Nepal, to Bhutan, even the seven sisters in India, where also we open up, so that we all prosper together. This whole region is a potentially very attractive region for productions. So we are inviting all the companies to come and make use of all the facilities that we are creating. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm going to take a couple of questions from online. There are brilliant questions online, particularly about the election process. I think we've covered it as much as we can in the time, but thank you for the questions. Let me take a pair of questions which are on the Bangladeshi community in the UK. One from Anamo Chowdhury saying, Your Excellency, Bangladeshis living in the UK are sometimes regarded as a disadvantaged community in comparison to others. What advice would you offer to help shape a more prosperous future for them? And then there's one from Katie Domini saying, what would you like the British Bengali community to do to help Bangladesh?
Absolutely. This is an opportunity of lifetime. That you are here, you are lucky that you have access to so many knowledge and success and services and resources. Please bring it to make changes happen in Bangladesh. This is the time for Bangladesh to change fundamentally, not just a touch and go kind of thing. It's fundamental changes Bangladesh is waiting. One of the things we're encouraging to build up apps so that you can tell us who is willing to do what kind of facilities, what kind of knowledge, what kind of ideas that you can share with us so that you can come and help us to build the country that we are all trying to help transform itself.